Not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, but 5 times a day.
My primary complaint this week: for far too long, we have been gauging strength of schedule for the NFL schedule release based on last year's results. I'm tired of this because this is not an accurate gauge of who has the best schedule versus the worst schedule when it's all fully determined either through leaks or through the national television coverage later tonight. You'll see the graphic here, and on the left you will see the strength of schedule based on last season's record, which everyone is promoting right now, and Pittsburgh at the top. But on the right, that's the strength of schedule for expected win totals for each team in Las Vegas, as it is based right now on the odds for win-loss over-under. Vegas on this list jumps from 8th to 1st based on what Las Vegas and the sports gamblers and the decision makers on that, who are highly accurate, have decided based on strength of schedule. Added to the real top 10 on the right, Houston, Washington, and New Orleans. Out of the top 10 completely, Chicago, Green Bay, and Minnesota. And again, the column on the left, that's the strength of schedule based on last year's results that everyone's hyping up right now. The Bears and the Packers are going to have a really difficult schedule whenever everything's released. Really, in Vegas, they've dropped out of the top 10 based on expected win totals of their opponents. How often do we ask ourselves on a common baseball game, a football matchup, over-under win totals? Man, what does Vegas know that we don't know? What we do know is Vegas knows. And we should trust that strength of schedule more than last year's results, especially in a league that prides itself on going 8-8, or in this case now, 8-8-1. That's my primary complaint.
Hutton, I am with you on this. Vegas should decide. I think Vegas should be the arbiter of these projections and these strength of schedule ratings. So I like that. My primary complaint, perfect segue with our Oakland A's talk in the last segment. I'm going to show you an email that I received not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, but 5 times a day. This email comes from MLBshop.com. Jacob's eventually going to get there. There it is.
Look at that.
There is one of the emails I get 5 times a day. What was my crime, you ask? Where the punishment was to be subjected to these emails 5 times a day. My daughter plays t-ball. She's on the A's. I purchased a throwback A's t-shirt for $29.99. I received this t-shirt, and ever since then, I am treated like the biggest A's fan on the planet that would need to buy 5 different items a day. I understand that when you buy something from somewhere, you are going to be subjected to some solicitation from that place. But Fanatics and MLB Shop, 5 Oakland A's emails a day, especially for a guy who's never attended an Oakland A's game, ever, is too much. And that is my primary complaint.
It's no wonder you want them to move to Nashville so badly.
I might as well.
Because you're an A's guy.
Now's the time to buy some A's gear.
Hit that unsubscribe at the bottom, and it'll be so, just
cathartic.
I've hit it. I've hit it. It does not work. They continue to come with things. I really believe that most of these companies that have the unsubscribe, I bet about half of them don't abide.
Double up.
They're going to keep going.
Yeah. I think A's.
Oh, look, another A's email I just received right now.
A's fan for life license plate. And in Tennessee, they probably sell A's license plates. If there are enough of you out there, Chad, if the A's fan club is big enough.
Oh, look, they have a new camo A's hat.
Sweet.
It's only $30. It's fitted. Maybe I should buy that.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Or maybe you should stop emailing me.
David Reed just became an A's fan, if that's the case.
Well, wait till next year when she's on the Padres.
Oh, trust me, I've thought about this. And I'm going to be
You're going to run through all 30 teams. So, guys, I have regaled you with the story of Fern Horner, the kooky employee of the New York Times Washington Bureau, who I was not a big fan of during my 18 months there, but then when I left, she gave me this lovely gift of a Chinese or Japanese character, meaning centered heart. And this had these sorts of characters on my brain when I came across another character that I thought was an Asian character, This one here. You recognize this? Hut knows where I'm going. I looked at this, and I was going to put it into a translator or something to try to figure out what it meant. But lo and behold, this came up. Oh, it's a K! It's a K that the NFL is using in the pick is in at the draft. Again, this is one of those questions that leads me to wonder who sits down in a room in the NFL office and says, let's do the pick is in for our
it looks like something dirty could be happening
thing.
In that picture. Maybe that's the Rorschach test for me that's gone awry.
Graffiti? Is that what they're going for?
Well, I know graffiti artists that have a lot better penmanship than this, because when I'm driving under bridges, I can actually read what's written there. I don't need context
This is an
clues.
example. Put that logo back up if you don't mind, Jacob. This is an example. So the state of Tennessee spent how many thousands of dollars on that little TN, that red square TN logo?
Yeah.
With like $90,000, maybe more.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
What do you think the NFL paid for this?
I don't know, but let's describe it a little better to our podcast listeners.
It's a salary employee that came up with this, but I'm saying like,
how much this
is the work. This made the cut.
Okay, so they put up on the screens behind the draft broadcast, the pick is in. And they chose this graffiti font where the K is unrecognizable. And the only reason you know it's a K is because it's surrounded by the other letters of the pick is in that give it away. But when I isolated it as a letter, Chad, you had no idea what the hell it was, did you?
No idea. I thought it was a Chinese character of some sort.
Yeah, come on. It's not that difficult.
I will say, though, if my font on my screen, this is extremely old of me, if it's not like Times New Roman or Arial, I want it changed immediately. I'm not hip enough to know if this looks cool or not.
You're not a big Helvetica guy?
No, not Helvetica. What's the one on Apple
that Sanskrit? I don't know what this is.
It was a really bad look. My primary complaint.
It's good.
Stick with a font that looks like something like English.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time Outkick 360 goes live. We are live weekdays, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, right here across the Outkick network. And while you're at it, like this video and let us know what you think in the comments below.